Good evening and welcome to a very special anniversary celebration. Tonight, we are so proud to celebrate an incredible 150 years of successful service to older adults at Mercy Retirement and Care Center, as well as the 40th anniversary of the Mercy Brown Bag Program. My name is Carolyn McCardle. I work for a radio station here in the Bay Area, 98.1 The Breeze. I'm on in the morning, on the Morning Breeze. We are part of the iHeartRadio network. I'm here in the Bay Area, and I'm so happy to be a part of your event tonight. Thank you for having me. You honor the work and the history of Mercy with your attendance tonight. And we wish we could be together in person tonight. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic has been disruptive, to say the least, and limiting the work at Mercy. But despite the hardship, we are determined to deliver an evening of positivity and tribute to this year's Heart of Mercy honorees. Tonight, we're kicking off a year of celebration. We don't want the Mercy spirit to end, so we want to celebrate all year long and open our hearts to the Mercy mission. The Heart of Mercy Award is given to individuals dedicated to service to the elderly and improving the quality of life for older adults in the Mercy community. We are excited to honor Sister Dorothy Stack and Christine Whelan this year. Before we fully get underway, we'd like to take a brief moment to thank those who supported Mercy's recent Moving Mercy Forward capital campaign and to the people that helped fund the various efforts to serve our seniors with dignity and with care. We're proud to recognize their generosity on the new donor walls on the Mercy campus, and we look forward to adding more of your names tonight with your donation toward our programming in honor of our Heart of Mercy honorees. A big congratulations and thank you to all of you. Our Mercy team is working feverishly right now in the chat room, typing out all of your names just to make sure we give you that extra special recognition tonight. And feel free to jump in on your screen on the right-hand side. You'll see an area where you can chat, join in on the conversation. We'll be interactive with you all night. But we truly can't celebrate these decades of service without a little bit of history. So much has been accomplished over the last century and a half. So let's take a quick tour of where it all began. It began with the vision of a young Irish woman in 1827.
Catherine McCauley opened a shelter in Dublin, Ireland for working-class women who had come to the city from poor outlying farms known as House of Mercy. 4 years later, this devout philanthropist and her 2 friends took perpetual vows as the first Sisters of Mercy. Before her passing, Catherine directed her assistant, Mother Baptist Russell, to leave Ireland for San Francisco, where she was to continue helping the sick and elderly residents of the Bay Area. By 1872, Mother Baptist Russell had opened a residential wing at St. Mary's Hospital on Rincon Hill for discharged patients who were homeless or needed geriatric care called Our Lady's Home. The Mercy Mission reached the East Bay after the turn of the century when the devastating earthquake struck in 1906. 60 residents from St. Mary's, along with 170 hospital patients, were transported across the bay by ferry. They found safety in Oakland in the Fruitvale district on property the Sisters of Mercy had previously purchased. In 1908, Our Lady's Home reopened its doors on the corner of 35th Avenue and Foothill Boulevard, the site of Mercy as we know it today. Over the years, the campus has grown and modernized to meet the changing needs of senior health care. In 1969, a modern high-rise was built to replace the original aging structure, followed by the senior center and a small chapel in 1976. A 59-bed skilled nursing facility was added in 1985 to complete the continuum of care that is at the heart of the heritage of Catherine McCauley and Mother Baptist Russell. That same year, Our Lady's Home changed its name to Mercy Retirement and Care Center. In addition to the concerns for the elderly expressed by the Sisters of Mercy, the Lutheran faith community also recognized the needs of the elderly in the East Bay. In 1996, a partnership began between the Sisters of Mercy and the Lutheran Synod. They sought to find a means by which they could assist and support one another in changing times. The decision was made to form an affiliation. They agreed to form an umbrella organization that could direct their new affiliation, which became Elder Care Alliance. Mercy has once again undergone construction to our historic Fruitvale campus. Ground broke on our $36.2 million revitalization project in 2018 and completed in spring 2022. The project focused on accessibility, sustainability, and quality of life for our residents now and in the future. The mission and philosophy that permeated that first site in Dublin, Ireland, still guides and strengthens all of those who come to Mercy Retirement and Care Center and will for years to come.
One of our team members in the chat room at Mercy said it's amazing how many people have helped move Mercy forward, and that is such a great statement because it's such a true statement. Also, Carmel, thank you. Carmel wrote amazing work, and we appreciate your comment as well. The spirit created by Catherine McCauley extends far beyond the walls of Mercy Retirement and Care Center. We are so proud of the 40 years that we celebrate tonight helping the older adults of Alameda County.
The Mercy Brown Bag Program is the true definition of a grassroots organization. In 1982, Sister Patty Creedon could be found walking the Fruitvale neighborhood with senior residents at Mercy. On these walks, the residents observed hungry and unhoused seniors. They, with Sister Creedon's leadership, planted the seeds of the Brown Bag Program.
When we first started, the residents of Mercy, they actually met people on the street that needed some food. And here they were getting this lovely meals in the dining room, and they thought we should do something about that.
With the blessing of Executive Director Elsie Kiefer, the volunteers started small and would bring a wagon to neighborhood businesses collecting excess food and day-old bread to distribute to hungry people in the community. As the program emerged, a core team of 10 Mercy residents and community members would serve 30 recipients. Before long, the demand for food was growing, and the volunteers began taking a produce truck down into the valley where they would glean crops for the day among the farmhands.
And on the way back, because they had one crop, they would stop at various food banks along the way and they would trade.
By the time they returned to Oakland, they were ready to serve their local recipients with a variety of foods. Brown Bag developed a strong reputation for their work around the East Bay, and the breadth of their work continued to grow. One of the major turning points in their success came in 1983 as part of the new Older Californians Act. Mercy Brown Bag was the sole organization awarded funding to serve low-income, hungry seniors in Alameda County. This was critical to the expansion of Brown Bag and led to services being extended beyond Oakland and into other communities.
And they wanted to make sure that there was one organization in each county that really took care of all the seniors in the county. So we started to spread, just not from just this neighborhood, but on to the whole county.
In 1985, Brown Bag joined a coalition of 40 local food pantries and public service organizations to found the Alameda County Community Food Bank, and to this day serves as part of that distribution network. Fast forward to 2013, and Brown Bag had now delivered over 1 million pounds of food for the first time to 4,500 seniors. 5 years later, after much fundraising and planning, Brown Bag christened their first custom grocery truck for the mobile grocery program, allowing food to be distributed more efficiently than ever before. It was this truck that inspired Sister Dorothy Stack to become involved with the Brown Bag program. She and Brother Brendan became some of the best fundraisers and cheerleaders the program could have hoped for, and now serve as volunteers and advisory board members, where their passion and motivation has built strong relationships between the program and the seniors they serve. During this time, Sister Dorothy's advocacy was also vital in establishing the Mercy ESL program, in which residents and employees who did not speak English as their first language were provided language instruction. Mercy Brown Bag now serves more than 8,000 seniors across Alameda County at over 90 sites. They utilize a roster of over 400 volunteers. They've purchased a second mobile grocery truck and have opened the new Common Spirit grocery store at Mercy Retirement and Care Center, where local recipients of the Fruitvale neighborhood come to pack a bag of groceries to take home. The Brown Bag program has come far and its reach is extending, but the mission always circles back to the needs of our neighbors and the motivation to be there for each other.
We have a link set up for you in the chat room once again. If you want to learn more information about our Mercy Brown Bag program, you can go to the chat room and click on the link, or you could go to mercybrownbag.org to learn more. And it is so motivating to hear how these inspirational women impacted the work at Mercy. And it's evident in the chat room that many of you agree. We want to say just a big collective thank you to everybody who has donated so far tonight. Your contributions bolster the legacy, not only of the founders of both Mercy Retirement and Care Center and the Brown Bag program, but also our honorees tonight, Christine Whelan and Sister Dorothy Stack. And you can still make a gift tonight. You can do so by clicking that donate button on the side of your screen. And we hope that you help us support Mercy for the next 150 years. Now, amidst success, there's always challenge. And in 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic hit the senior population very, very hard. Brown Bag received more requests for service than ever before. The influx of need outpaced the traditional format and the capacity of the program. So the Brown Bag team and the volunteers worked really quickly to bring in more funding. They shifted to a model that was a home delivery model in order to serve the thousands of new recipients who were physically isolating within their homes. Their commitment and impact on the seniors in Alameda County was even more prevalent these last few years than their founders could have ever imagined 40 years ago.
This program really changed my heart over the years. And you see that there's this much struggle in the community, and having them tell me about how they can't wash their clothes because they can't eat if they do, or they can't buy their medicine. But then you see people coming together to make sure that that doesn't happen. This bag of food can stretch their budgets, and your heart is never the same again.
I'm a people person, and I like to interact with people. And the people that deliver the food, I started to come to know them. And there's a man that's on the truck, and he's a friendly guy. So we would talk, we would stand up and talk. And when our number is called, then that's when I would go up and get my brown bag.
Seniors helping seniors is the official tagline, but I would say it's broader than that. It's people who recognize a need and without a whole lot of fanfare, a whole lot of foofara, get the job done month after month, week after week, day after day. And I think a Mercy Brown Bag does a very good job of being culturally sensitive to what different groups want, what they enjoy, what they're going to utilize, and orienting the various distribution sites to comply with those needs.
Volunteering at Mercy gives you a feeling of really being hands-on in the community. There's something about being in person, whether it's delivering groceries to somebody's house, even just waving at them through the window, and just packing bags of groceries, knowing that they're going to people very close in the community. So I think it was just, so much you can do now to help on a big scale or a small scale. And when I volunteer, I'd much rather do it on a small scale in my community where you can really feel and it's hands-on.
There's a whole meal here. Throw some chicken in it. Some chicken.
We had a massive change during the pandemic, and we ended up serving 68% more people over the last couple of years because so many of the older adults were the most at risk for COVID, and we had the mandatory shelter in place. We saw so many more people that needed help with their nutrition, and so many more people that were just scared to go out and needed the comfort of seeing someone, even if it was 6 feet away.
When the pandemic first hit, it was an adjustment that I had to make. I was forced to be at home all the time. I just had to readjust my lifestyle, my pattern.
So I used to do the same route mostly every week, one of which was to this elderly Asian gentleman, and we never spoke. Obviously he's worried about COVID, so am I, so every week we would wave at each other. And after about a year of that, one day he left me this beautiful ceramic pot with a succulent that he'd grown in his garden. And he just left it to me with a little note. And it was just so sweet that even though we never spoke, there was that connection that, being a volunteer for Mercy was clearly a lifeline for him. And he so appreciated it and just wanted to acknowledge how important it was to him.
We had volunteers that showed up from all over and started driving bags of groceries to people's houses and packing them up and making sure that the older adults in our county are fed.
The truck delivers the food down to our community room, and we have people that's been organized to set up the tables and distribute the food. Then they deliver them to my door. They knock on the door, and I know it's every 2 weeks. So I said, okay, that's my food.
We were able to continue that, and we added 30 sites within the 2 years. It was what was needed, and now we continue to serve all of those places. And most of the people who signed up, they continue to need the groceries.
When I came to Mercy, it was everything you hope for in a volunteer experience. To provide food is providing, in a very real, tangible sense, comfort, support, sustenance, and ultimately love. Doesn't get much better than that.
The older adults who started this program, I believe that if they saw it today, they would be so proud, because I knew some that started this and knew those women who had been there for 25 years. They were very good friends of mine and taught me a million things, and to carry on their legacy is important.
I want to go back to the chat room real quickly. A message that I just saw from Reverend John Schmidt. Proud of the care that Mercy brings to residents and neighbors. It's uplifting to see the Mercy vision continue. So thank you, Reverend John Schmidt. Also, we have a lot of love in there for Sister Dorothy. Congratulations. Dorothy is amazing. And so well-deserved. I wanted to make sure to share that with you tonight. Coming up, you're going to be hearing more from residents and team members of Mercy. But first, we have other people that we'd like to thank. You know, it may sound cliche, but the work at Mercy does take a village, and this evening is certainly no different. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors who were inspired to support this event in recognition of tonight's Heart of Mercy honorees and Mercy's endeavors in elder care. One of those sponsors that we especially want to thank tonight is the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet. We'd also like to thank Oakland Supervisor Nate Miley for all of his support for the Mercy Brown Bag program, as well as Oakland Council member Noel Gallo. Thank you for your support. Thousands of older adults have called Mercy home since its founding. And with the support of compassionate individuals like you tonight, and from those over the last 150 years, Mercy has been able to adapt to the changing needs of senior care while remaining true to Sister Macaulay's founding vision. And that's evident in the new renovations that were completed earlier this year. The changes have already made an impact in so many different ways on the lives of Mercy residents.
I taught many years, and I did other ministries, parish work, working with the elderly and with the religious ed on Saturdays, and the high school students on Sunday. So I enjoyed what I was doing, and now I'm enjoying my retirement.
Well, I'm a psychologist, and I taught at Holy Names University, and I still relate to different committees at Holy Names. So I've had a full life, and then we decided that it would be best for me to stay here.
When my father first moved in here, there was a sister from India who was an administrator, but also the head nurse. And her gentle recognition of my father's inability to manage his own medication was one reason why he lasted so long and lasted so well here at Mercy. I think there is a tradition of loving professional care from the Sisters of Mercy that is really remarkable.
It's just the people are friendly and nice, and I don't have to cook or shop or clean. Everything's taken care of. It really is.
I've seen really tight relationships, not only with the residents, but with the families as well. That's what makes Mercy unique.
The quality of life has gotten broader. We've gotten more room to move, opening this side of the house down in this floor. This is amazing because we never were involved with this floor before. I think it's made a terrific impact.
It's really spacious when you come down here. You also have the physical therapy section, you have the movie theater, they have a beautiful salon that's right there, so it's really convenient with the library and the computer.
Before I came here, I decided not to drive. It was time not to drive, so I miss going out a lot, but thank goodness we have a nice library here. And then I was thankful for whatever happened those 3 months with my walking. I was lucky on that part that we have our physical therapy right here. Just everything's just take the elevator and you can go instead of taking your car and go.
The renovations have made Mercy much more accessible and also more delightful to be in. It's been lively. I can't say I've been bored here.
I think they've made some very smart decisions about where they were going to invest in the room improvements, and will only get better as the plannings continue to progress. So I think they've done a wonderful job here.
In the chat room, Steve and Allison Burke commented a special shout out to Krista, whose superb leadership of the Brown Bag program was a huge factor in the success of the program. That is certainly true. Kat followed up by saying, absolutely, Krista is so positive, has such a cheery disposition on top of her leadership of the Mercy Brown Bag program. So thank you for your comments. Feel free to comment in the chat room. We also have the link for you to get involved with the organization, make donations, of course. You'll find that in the chat room on the right-hand side of your screen as well. And we hope you have been enjoying your evening gathering with us tonight. Thank you again for supporting Mercy Retirement and Care Center and the Mercy Brown Bag program. We are so pleased to present the Heart of Mercy Award to two special people tonight. The Heart of Mercy Award recognizes individual or organizational excellence in leadership in service to the elderly as demonstrated by outstanding dedication, initiative, and hard work as a professional, a volunteer, or a philanthropist, supporting older adults in need and inspiring others to do the same. The award recognizes significant contributions to improving the quality of life of elderly in the Bay Area community, including but not limited to Mercy Retirement and Care Center residents and participants in the Mercy Brown Bag program. Tonight's honorees' selfless dedication to Mercy's various missions has left an imprint felt by so many. They have transformed the work of Mercy in such meaningful ways. Christine Whelan began her service on the Elder Care Alliance and Mercy Retirement and Care Center boards back in 2004. In 2016, she became board chair following Sister Kathleen Kearney, and she served through 2021. Christine has been an incredible leader and an incredible supporter over the years. She was a vital part of the recent Mercy Capital campaign, where she was co-chair in helping exceeding its $5 million campaign goal. That is no easy feat. She said she chose to take on the role because she believes in the mission of Mercy, the compassion of the care that Mercy provides its residents, and the respect it provides its team members, and the role in the community. Congratulations, Christine Whelan.
I've been a Mercy volunteer for almost 20 years, and it's been a privilege to work with the sisters and so many friends of Mercy, the dynamic residents, and our caring team members. Thank you. I'm grateful to receive this year's Heart of Mercy Award, and I thank you profusely. But I'll let you in on a secret. The truth is, the work that I've done for Mercy's capital campaign has truly been a team effort. We exceeded our goal thanks in large part to the work of the remarkable campaign committee, including my wonderful co-chair and dear friend, Jim Wood, Bishop John Cummins, who lives here with us at Mercy, Steve Burke, who you heard from a couple of minutes ago, Mel Chudikoff, Sister Phyllis Hughes, Mike Ney, and Ed Watson, whose father-in-law lived at Mercy for many years. A special heartfelt thank you to our leadership donors, including the Gellert Foundation, Common Spirit Health, George and John Sabate, the Valley Foundation, and the Irwin Foundation. All of you, each of you, are big-hearted donors. With your gift, we've helped frame the newly refurbished Mercy and the Mercy Brown Bag Grocery Program, enabling both of these critical ministries to continue their work for caring for elders throughout the Bay Area for many, many years to come. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this award.
It's well deserved, and there is certainly so much support for you, Christine. I'm looking in the chat room now, and I can't even keep up with all of the messages coming in about you. Kat wrote, Chris Whelan is a great example of a leader who lives the mission and the values of mercy. Kathy Guerin said, Christine, we love you and we're so proud of you. That's from Kathy and Bob. And Steve and Allison commented, if Chris Whelan ran the federal government, we'd have a government surplus and a much happier population. True. So thank you so much for that. For the past 5 years, Sister Dorothy Stack and Brother Brendan Madden have served as regular brown bag volunteers. From greeting recipients to entering data, Sister Dorothy can literally do it all. She's been a vital presence on the Brown Bag Advisory Council, has brought a wealth of skill and knowledge as a community advocate and as a fundraiser. Brown Bag Program Director Krista Lucchese presented Sister Dorothy with her award earlier in the week. I must say, grab your tissues.
I am thrilled to award the Heart of Mercy Award this year to my mentor and friend, Sister Dorothy Stack. The first time she learned about Mercy Brown Bag Program was when she was a resident here at Mercy Retirement and Care Center. Within the hour of the very first meeting, she was already planning a fundraising event and teaching me all about fundraising. Passion and compassion run through her veins, and together with Brother Brendan Madden, a member of our Christian Brothers Joseph Alamany community, they have inspired us for the last 5 years, serving as invaluable members of the advisory committee for the Brown Bag Program, weekly volunteers with our distributions here at Mercy, and connections to numerous philanthropists in her beautiful Sister Dorothy way. They have made such a great difference to us and to the thousands of older adults who are served through this program. The Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet charisms move in her heart and direct her every move towards reaching out to the dear neighbor, whoever they may be, whatever they need. This is why the Heart of Mercy Award, which recognizes significant contributions to improving the quality of life of older adults in the Bay Area, is so appropriate for our beloved Sister Dorothy Stack. Thank you from our heart to your heart of mercy.
Well, now, so what do I say? Krista, my dear, it has been an absolute joy for these past 5 years to be alongside of you. But I have to relate to the beautiful words that you just spoke. You do know that you could not have said all the beautiful things you did unless they are completely reflective of who you are and what you've done for Brown Bag. It is compassion, it is passion, it is consistent effort, sometimes to the tune of 8 and 9 o'clock at night. I have seen you, I have been alongside of you, I have heard from you as the clock ticks by and know the hours you put in. So thank you for doing what you've done for the people of Alameda County, thousands of senior citizens, increasing those trucks that go out every day, getting the new warehouse, on and on. What a legacy. Thank you, Krista.
Thank you.
And thank both of us, don't we, Brendan? Yes.
Definitely.
We could not do this without you. We're going to miss you terribly.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. So many comments in the chat section. Adrian says, thank you, Sister Dorothy, for your incredible impact and legacy. Brother Charles says, Sister Dorothy, so dedicated, so energetic. That is very, very true. I mean, just thank you for all of your comments. Keep them coming. The love in the chat room is really heartwarming. So again, we appreciate that so much. And as you heard, Sister Dorothy thank Krista for all of her hard work with the Brown Bag Program and say she will miss her terribly. That is the case. We're going to be missing Krista. She will be stepping away from Mercy. And we want to take a moment to recognize all of the contributions that Krista has made to the program over the past 15 years that she has been with us. Krista has been an instrumental part of keeping the seniors of Alameda County fed. Thank you cannot even begin to describe our gratitude for your dedication over the years, Krista. We thank you so much. Mercy's horizon will be as bright as we make it. Through hard work and dedication, we are really excited about the next steps at Mercy. We want to welcome Janice Roberts to the Brown Bag team as the new program director. The Brown Bag program is continuing to serve thousands of seniors at different locations around the East Bay, and the newly opened Common Spirit Health grocery store on the Mercy campus. That is the newest site where hundreds of seniors collect food for free twice per month. And a brand new mobile grocery truck arrived last month, ready to serve far and wide. I've been told that Father Owen blessed the new food truck earlier this week. So that was, thank you, Father Owen, for that. And we also have the new and exciting pilot program in the works to put food in vending machines that recipients can access at their leisure. And that makes it a lot more convenient for them in the fight against hunger. It makes it more efficient as well. And we've only just begun our year of celebration at Mercy. Truly, we're excited about all of the new programming, all of the new space, for our residents, and the renovations, providing the space for them. We know the compassionate care will continue in Oakland for another 150 years. So, as you've seen tonight, so much has been done throughout Mercy's history. But the truth is, they're just getting started. So, as long as elders need care, we hope that Mercy can be a beacon in our community. We hope that you will consider supporting Mercy's efforts financially. And please know that your donation will benefit the well-being of both cherished family and public needs. Those donations that you just saw are already coming in tonight. And we thank you so much to all of you who have opened your hearts and shared your generosity with us. And just so you know, you can still donate after the conclusion of tonight's event, and not just on the website here, but you can always send a check to Mercy, or you can follow up with us after the event for other ways to donate. We'll make sure we get your donations. And remember, this is the kickoff to our year of celebrations. So you can make a gift really all year long and help us continue the Mercy mission for the next 150 years. I want to make a couple more mentions, so please bear with me in the chat room, because these comments are just so beautiful. Adrian wrote about Krista. Krista is a light with a heart, passion, and courage to weather any storm and always looks for the silver lining. Catherine said, Krista and Dorothy, thank you for your ongoing commitment to those most in need. You are true saints. And I love the love in the chat room. Please keep it coming. Before our farewell tonight, we hope we can leave you with a sense of pride in your culture of generosity and a sense of strength to know that despite our distance tonight, the Mercy family is more complete with your presence. Now, while we couldn't have everybody together tonight, the doors at Mercy, they are always open to all of you. We would love to have you come and visit the campus, see the new renovations, meet some of the wonderful residents, and of course, our team members. If you would like to set up a visit, you can call Evan Robinson. I'm going to give you his number, so grab a pen. If you've got a pen or a pencil, it's 510 730 9240. Again, 510-730-9240. You can also send an email to giving@eldercarealliance.org. And don't worry, all this information will be on the screen at the end of the event, as well as the donation information. So we will leave that up for a while. I want to thank you so much for joining us as we kick off our year of celebration. We hope that you will humor us now with a toast to our honorees. This is just water, don't worry. Here's to those we serve, to those doing the work, and to yourselves for being a part of a worthy mission. Here's to another 150 years of the Mercy mission of compatible care. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and thank you for supporting Mercy.